So, going to start our today's lecture. In the previous lecture, we have discussed what is digital technologies, their uses, what are the opportunities if we choose computers, science or software engineering as a career, or if we want to make a professional career in this field in digital technologies, then what are the possibilities and what the skills we require for that. But now in today's lecture, we will learn what is the use of technology in different fields, like in business, in education, in finance, in manufacturing. So, so the first one is technology in education. So, if before starting, let me know if you have any idea like how we can use or how we are using technology in education. Now, if you see like this is a real and practical example, you are taking a remote course at your own place. You are connecting yourself with using a smartphone or a laptop, right? Now, this is the benefit of education and technology in education. At your own place, wherever you are, you can learn something new just because of the use of the technology, just because of a smartphone and this multiple application that allows us to communicate in real time. So this is the one of the most biggest benefit of technology in education. In other words, it is also known as e-learning. Means by the use of electronic media and technology, we can learn, we can train the others. Okay. So we have different platforms and tools for this purpose. Now, just like the way you are learning something new, so that is also a platform from where you are learning or gaining your education. Similarly, we have many other platforms where you can take different courses like Coursera, we have Khan's Academy, we have Udemy. Multiple platforms are available that, for example, if you're living in a specific country and you want to take a course, you might think that other countries might have better professors and learning abilities. They can teach me well, but I can't go there. So there's another way, like there are different platforms where you can take the course from your favorite instructor. You can learn something. So that is the benefit of e-learning. So that is the e-learning by the use of the electronic media. We can learn multiple things. If there are multiple benefits of using the internet, then there are also some disadvantages. But if we use the technology in the right way, we can gain the benefits from it. Now, let's suppose you don't understand something. So you have an exam tomorrow and you have some confusion in specific topics. You don't know what I have to do. So mostly what the students do, they used to search that topic on YouTube or whether on AI tools or whether on Google to understand that concept, right? So that is another benefit of e-learning that whatever we want to learn, we can learn at any time, at any place. Okay. So that is the e-learning that by using the electronic media and technology, we can learn something. So we have different platforms for that. Now, what are the benefits of using this? I told you that it is flexible, that at your own pace and your own schedules or schedules, you can learn. Then accessibility. Now we have wide range of courses. Millions of courses are available there and resources at different geographical locations. Means widely around the globe, you can learn something new. Whatever you want to learn, you can learn. Then there are also interactive features like there are different quiz, there are multimedia content, there are multiple visual examples that made you to understand better the concept of that course. So this is the benefit of e-learning over physical learning. Now, in physics, no, I'm not saying that physical learning is not good. Both have different benefits. Both are good at their own place. But the better advantage of e-learning over physical learning is that it is more flexible and accessible. It can be, you can access the content or resources around the globe. As I mentioned there, it is very flexible at your own pace, at your own time. You can learn something. There is no restriction or limit to learn at the specific time. Now, in e-learning, we have a virtual learning environment. Now we know that there are different LMS, learning management systems, are available there that provide and deliver the educational content. There are multiple tools where you can collaborate with the teachers. There are different assessments that you have to perform in order to understand whether you gain something from that learning content or not. There are different communication tools available, just like this. Then we have Google Meet, we have Microsoft Teams. Multiple are there, multiple communication mediums are there to communicate with your instructors. Now, if we take an example, Moodle is an open source virtual learning environment. Now, it will provide you various features. Like there will be the course management, you can manage your courses. There will be forums, there will be multiple quiz you can take. There will be resource sharing. So let's take an example here. This is the main website. Here, you can also get a job if you are very highly skilled. Here you just need to sign up yourself, and after signing up, see, these are their learning environment, their education when they join, their recording status. Look, this is how you can do them. Now, for example, let's suppose you can also interview there. If you want to prepare yourself for the interview, you can also learn or practice your interview. You can also, there are multiple tech teams here. For example, from all around the world, as I told you, this is the benefit of e-learning. You can connect yourself with top tech members by using this e-learning platform. Here you can request a demo to them so that you can get an idea how I'm doing. For example, you want to solve C++. You want to check or prepare yourself for the C++. Here you can sign up on login and see there are different challenges that you can take. Say hello world with C++, you can solve the challenge. Multiple challenges are there. There you can also set the status whether you want easy question, whether you want medium or difficult, what kind of subdomains you want. You want inheritance classes. There are multiple concepts here. See, if you want to learn something else, you can also. And here you can also apply for a job. So there are multiple things that you can do here. Okay. So this is a good platform I usually use to recommend to students. This is the benefit of virtual learning environment or e-learning, that you can connect yourself with multiple peoples around the globe. You can connect yourself with different professionals. They can help you to train yourself. They can help you to prepare your interviews. Okay. Then we have another online platform like Blackboard. Now it will provide you tools for course creations. You can manage your content. You can communicate with others. So these are very highly used in higher educations. Then what are the key features? The first one is the course management. As you see in HackerRank, after you will create an account on that online platform, you can organize your tools. You can deliver your course materials and assignments. You can discuss boards. You can there will be also a chat function and email system that will allow you to connect yourself with other students or teachers if you have any problem or you want to uh, discuss the lecture. Then we have there are different assessments, like there will be a grading tool, feedback mechanism will be there whether you are satisfied with the course content or not. There will be a quiz creation. Okay, so these are the benefits of e-learn. Then we have different key features, like there will be different tools to create, to organize, to manage the course and content. You can there will be different features, like users can or students can enroll, they can track their progress. As in the hacker, and you have seen the there is also a status whether the question is solved or not. So these are the multiple key features that are available for you. Then we have remote learning, that involve digital tools to conduct classes and training sections from a distance, like this, like with the video conference or online collaboration tools. Now for remote learning, we have multiple tools like Zoom, we have Google Meet. Now Zoom, we have multiple features in Zoom. Okay, I have a question for you. List some features of Zoom and Google Meet that are used in remote learning. So I am expecting that you might aware of different features of Zoom and Google Meet. We have Zoom, we have Google Meet, Microsoft Teams that are used for remote learning. Like this, what is remote learning? Remote learning means that you are at another geographical location, another place, and I am another, and you are learning remotely from your instructor with the help of some sort of application. Okay. So like Zoom, with the help of Zoom, we can connect ourselves with our teachers, with multiple students. There is also a learning environment, like with the help of screen sharing, you can see this slides with the help of this whiteboard feature. If I want to write something to make you understand, I can do. There is a video feature, audio feature. So this is my question. List some features of Zoom or any other application that is used for remote learning that will help in learn. So this is a simple question. Did you understand? Just some features, just like in Zoom, we have a feature of this screen sharing. With the help of screen sharing, you can view the content. With the help of this uh, record button, we can record the meeting. So you can, if you don't understand the lecture, this currently, you can review the lecture whenever you want to. Then we have also the options of whiteboard. So multiple are there. So I'm just asking to list some functions or features. Did you understand now? So we have different features of Zoom here. I have mentioned. Similarly, we have multiple features of Google Meet and Microsoft Teams. Like in Microsoft Teams, you can make your own classrooms, and there different teachers can share their video links or their course materials. Now we have different features, like we can record the section, we can allow the instructor to present their materials and demonstrations. There is audio and video communication, means in real time we can interact with our instructors and learners or students. Okay, so this is another feature of remote learning tools. Then we have in e-learning, we have another type of learning, that is blended learning. Now, what is blended learning? Like, it will combine the online digital media with traditional face-to-face classroom method. How? Now, here, what it will do, the student, for example, in the blending learning, the student can watch lectures or review their materials at home, and with different, they can do the hands-on activities during the class time. So this is blending learning. For example, how, let me explain. Now you have watched a video lecture. I send you a video lecture. I told you to watch this. So you watch it. And when we had a class like this, and I will ask you to do some quiz or assignment in real time. Instead of a lecture here, we will have a test or a quiz or a assignment or activity. So I will ask you to share your screen, and just like, for example, I am your instruction and I am instructor, or I am teaching you well. So I send you a video lecture, like the basics of HTML or CSS. And when we had a class like this, I asked you to share your screen with me and show me how you will write a code for a basic web page. So that kind of learning is known as blending learning, okay? Where the student can review their lectures at home, and during the class, they can have different hands-on activities or quiz. Now, after that, what are the benefits? Like, first benefit is personalization. Now, here you can combine your online learning with interactive classroom activity. Now, in a traditional classroom, what happened? You have had a lecture. Your teacher will ask you to perform some activity or quiz. Similarly, in blending learning, you will have a video lecture, and after that video lecture, there will be a quiz section. There will be a special session for hands-on activities. So that is the benefit of blending. Now we have different types of digital interactive content. Like there will be quiz, there will be games, there will be simulations. Now, for example, quiz and polls. It is a tool that will have some quizlets that will allows the creation of different interactive quizzes and games for reinforcement learning. What is reinforcement learning? Here we uh, let me explain. Reinforce someone like you with the help of game, that you will enjoy that game at the same time, and at the same time you're also learning something. Okay, then we have also multiple benefit for such kind of things, like engagement. You will engage yourself in active activities, like just before 2 minutes I asked a question to you, what are the benefits of Zoom? Multiple questions I used to ask during the lectures. Why? Just to engage the students so they can actively listen the lecture, they can understand. Okay, then we also get the immediate feedbacks. Now instantly you type your answers in chat box, so we are reinforcing you to learn something or do that activity. Now, with the help of simulation, means the dummy environment we use to create, that is not real. We try to practice and apply the concepts. Now, just like in HackerRank, before we just see a platform where you can learn something new. There is no compiler installed there. They just create a simulation or installed a online compiler there. You can practice your skills there, but you cannot store that file in your system. So such kind of simulation also helps the learner to practice and apply the concepts. Then we have another field where technology is most widely using, like technology in business. So do you have any idea how technology is using in business? How business is getting benefits from this technology? So just like in education, we have multiple benefits of technology in business, like in financial accounting. Not in business, for managing their financial transactions, means their incomes, their expenses, how much they uh, profit gain, how much the loss they have to face, the sales of their yearly sales, the tax report. So for generating a financial report, we need different softwares. So in this way, in the field of accounting and finance, technology is helping in this way. For example, we have a tool like QuickBooks. It is a software that is used for invoicing, expense tracking, financial reporting, tax preparations. So it is suitable for small to medium sized business. Then we have another tool like Xro for it is a cloud-based accounting solution that can be used for bank reconciliation, payrolls, for financial report if you want to generate. So these are the different tools you can use whenever you start a new business for managing your accounting affairs. So we have another tool like Office Package. You might be aware of spreadsheet, MS Excel, MS Word, and PowerPoint. These three tools are used for making documents, preparing the spreadsheet. MS Excel is used for making presentation. We have PowerPoints. So let me know how this Office suite is useful in the business. Okay, we will make it more simple. How this suite, like in Office suite, we have multiple software. That way, we call it as a suite. Like we have MS Word, MS PowerPoint, MS Excel. Multiple are there too. So let me know how it is useful for you in your studies. Like you can say that whenever you are assigned a task, you might use MS Word for making your assignment. You might use PowerPoint for making your presentations. These are the basic features or benefits of office packages for students. Similarly, in the business, Word can be used to create any document. Excel can be used to make these spreadsheets or reports of different business affairs. If someone wants to present something in business, for example, you want to show your idea to other co-workers or to your uh, owner of that company. So you can use PowerPoint for that. For email, you might use Outlook, right? Then Google Workspace is also available where you can create your own documents. We have Google Sheets where you can make separate sheets. We have Google Slides for making presentation. Along with Google is also providing us Google Drive for the file storage. We have Gmails for storing our emails where we receive emails. We can generate emails in Gmails. So what are the benefits of this? The first one is the productive. You become more productive in creating documents. You analyze the data. You do the communication with others. Now, you can also collaborate in real time by using Google Meet or any other tool. You can access your cloud-based solutions with any device. For example, you might use Google Storage for storing your data on cloud. So, for example, you lost your phone, but you remember your Gmail or password when where from you lastly logged in. So, if you have that credentials, you can easily log into your cloud accounts from any other devices. So, that is the benefit of this technology that it can be accessible from anywhere and every time you can access that content. Okay. Any questions till now? Let me know. We have an other area where the technology is used in business, like customer relationship management. Multiple times we have discussed this term. So we have multiple software that helps the business to manage their interaction with the customers, like to their track sales. For example, you are getting the real-time feedback by using these software. So you can understand the problems of the customer. You can understand